Hi everybody, Pastor Jim here. I hope that you had a great Christmas celebration, even though you might have had some restrictions about where you go or how many people can be with you. But Christmas is such a wonderful time of the year. Now it's after Christmas, and I want to ask you a question prior to the new year. As we come to the close of 2020, let me ask you this. How did your year go? How did 2020 go for you? We would look back and all the events that took place and some of the difficult things that happened, and there was quite a bit. The main one, of course, is the COVID situation. It put a lot of restrictions on us. Some people got ill and some people died, and it was a tough situation. We also think back about the election process and how that exposed the division in our country, how the protests for the Black Lives Matter and how some of those turned to violence. We had a tough year this past 2020. But let me ask you this. What is your perspective of how the year went? Perspective is really important because it really frames how we view and how we think of what our year went by. For example, I have my sunglasses on. Well, when I have my sunglasses on, I have a certain perspective of my environment because everything is a little bit darker. It protects my eyes and I don't see it quite as brightly. I have another pair of glasses that I use in the office. And they give me a different perspective. Now this perspective, when I look at you, you're all blurry because these pair of glasses help me to see things up close easier. And so if I have to look further, I have to go way down like this in order to see clear that which is far. Now another perspective are these glasses. Now these glasses, if I want to see, I have to look down like this, but I can see the further part a lot better. It's all a matter of perspective. Let me ask you, what is your perspective of this past year? In Isaiah chapter 6, Elisha, I get the two mixed up. Elisha, one of the kings of Syria called Aram in that time, didn't like that Elisha was helping his enemy, the king of Samaria. And so he sent a contingent of soldiers over to arrest Elisha and bring him back into Syria. And so one morning, Elisha and his servant got up, and there was a whole group of soldiers surrounding the little village in which they were living. The servant went out to the window, looked out, and he saw all these soldiers, and he knew immediately they were after Elisha. And so he ran back to Elisha and said, Elisha, we're surrounded. They're going to capture us. We're in danger. And Elisha very calmly said, Lord, let him see what the true reality is. Give him your perspective. And so the servant went back out, and he not only saw the soldiers that were surrounding them, but he saw a heavenly army surrounding the soldiers and protecting Elisha and himself. Perspective. What do you see? What did 2020 teach you? What did you learn from 2020? How do you see it? 2 Kings 6:16 says, don't be afraid, the prophet answered. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. Beloved, let's have a faith perspective on 2020. God is accomplishing His great and good purposes and will, even through the difficulty of 2020. Let's wrap up our year, feel good about what God's accomplishing, and look forward to the new year. God bless. God is with you.